Okay, Mr. Okoye, thank you very, very much for coming to our studio.
Thank you, Doc, for having me.
Yeah, we're very happy to have you here. And, lots of things happening out there in the economy. I see inflation coming down.
Yes.
We're out of recession, as we've been told.
Yes.
And so we're privileged to have you as MD, Managing Director of one of the real big microfinance institutions, microfinance banks in the country.
Yes.
So very happy to have you here, Mr.
Okoye.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
So now, a lot of people, when they hear microfinance, and then they hear microcredit. Mm-hmm. So what is, for the person just watching us, what is the difference between microfinance and microcredit institutions or banks?
Yeah, when the intervention started at the bottom of the pyramid, the first tool that was used was credit. And so the microcredit means small size credit amounts. And I think it was about between 5 and 10,000 for those that started initially. So I think that's where
10,000 naira in Nigeria.
5 to 10,000 naira when it started initially, and then probably moved on to 30,000 naira. So that way it got the microcredit for the poor, economically active, poor. So you give them small credit, which is manageable or biteable or chewable sizes.
Yes.
But later, as microfinance, the subject matter began to be amplified. It turned out that one of the basic principles was that credit is not always sufficient. In fact, credit is highly sufficient. So there were other niches that the economic active for were determined to have. Savings, remittances, funds transfer. So all these together collectively make up microfinance.
Yes.
So there was a new definition. Microfinance is now providing access to catalytic financial services for the economic active.
I like the word catalytic. So why catalytic?
Catalytic because it is at the bottom of accessing economic opportunities.
Okay.
Without the capital, without the credit, without those factors being present, those who are financially excluded will continue to remain financially excluded.
Okay.
And now the goal now is to expand the field and let them, mainstream them from financial exclusion to financial inclusion. And that's the only way they can play their effective role in the larger society. That's why catalytic.
When you say people are financially excluded,
yes,
who excluded them? Are people financially excluded by themselves, or somebody is doing something that excludes them?
And mainly, anyway, to an extent, I would say both factors account for this exclusion, because in the rural areas, people don't know any better. So maybe you say it's not because they want to be financially excluded, it's just because there's no financial institution.
Okay.
But there are also others who just don't want to do anything with any financial institution. They prefer to put their monies under their pillows or wherever, or in the clay pots, because that's how
they've been doing it.
They have been doing it. Their forefathers, forebears were doing it. And so, hey, it's my money. My money is safer in my house. I don't want to take it to any institution.
So microfinance or microcredit is for poor people, or is for everybody?
Basically, it's for the poor, economically active poor.
Okay.
I mean, doctor, somebody like you cannot come to my institution and be seeking 50,000 naira or 40,000 or 30,000 naira for business activity. No. So these are more at the bottom of the pyramid, the base of the pyramid.
Okay.
And that's why it came out, because they were excluded from the formal financial sector because you needed to develop a new business model that will suit them. You go to a commercial bank, what is the minimum they can take? And the commercial bank will ask for collateral. Most of these people here have debt collateral. They don't have any real collateral. So they need to devise other ways of bringing them in without asking them for collateral.
When you say they have debt collateral, what does that mean?
The title to land, not in the rural areas, given the land tenure system we practice here in the country. Yeah. So you see that land, they cannot use it as guarantee for any financial.
They have no title.
They have no title to the land. No,
it's not legalized.
It's not legalized, So that is where financials microfinance came in, that one way is just to empower these people financially. And then when their lot begins to improve, they begin to acquire fiscal assets, which now become collateral. So again, that goes to improve the credit secularization.
So can a microfinance institution give a loan that is not backed by any kind of collateral? Do they really do that? Because I hear people saying, I have to still have collateral. I have to bring my certificate or something.
Yes.
My pots and pans. I have to go.
It all depends on, but that was why there was a need for a paradigm shift away from the commercial style of banking, because these people had no collateral. So what happened? So, okay, social collateral. What is social collateral?
What is that?
You put them in groups.
Okay.
And they cross-guarantee each other. So it may be groups of 5 to 20. And so when one member defaults, the other members will contribute and pay for that defaulting member.
Otherwise,
what it means that all of them will suffer. Yes, all of them will get penalized.
Okay.
You know, but because if that group pays to the end, they have many benefits. One, they now be loaned at a higher rate.
Okay.
They move to a higher rate.
Okay.
And by the time they go about 2, maybe 3, 4 circles, individuals within the group can now access funds on their individual capacity, in addition to accessing funds as members of the group. So there are things there that act as incentives so that will make the group, motivate the group to say, we don't want to default. We must pay out.
So micro, as we have it in Nigeria today, is it working? Is it working for, what is it working for? Is it helping the poor? Is it lifting them out of poverty? Can it lift them out of poverty by itself?
Yes, definitely. I think microfinance banking is playing its role in Nigeria. If you look at the FINA survey of financial inclusion in Nigeria, you find out that the percentage of people financially excluded has been coming down regularly over the years. And I think that's because there's now this greater emphasis on the base of the pyramid, which commercial banks will want to go to a rural village where there's no light, no water, nothing, you know. And then those people continue to remain financially excluded. But now you have the microfinance banks, the grassroots banks, they go there and then they open these branches. We are not out of the woods yet, but you can see from the trend that yes, they've been playing their role, and the rate of financial exclusion has really been going down over the years.
The rate of financial exclusion, yes. Now, there was a time when commercial banks had their own microfinance arms.
Yes.
Do we still have banks doing that?
No, they got burnt.
What bank?
They got burnt, you see, because, and even the microfinance banks that follow the same pattern, the model of the commercial banks that established microfinance banks, also got burnt. They got their fingers burnt.
What burnt them?
Because the model was mini commercial banking. Mini commercial banking is totally different. It's a different kettle of fish entirely from microfinance banking. In mini commercial banking, what you are doing is you are replicating all the tenets and all the traits and characteristics of commercial banking, but you're only doing them on a small size. You're still going to ask for collateral. You're still going to ask, do all the way you do the analysis and the focus on individual lending. And I've told you that the new system was you have to do it in group methodology. It's only when you place those people in groups where they can have peer pressure, cross-guaranteeing each other, that you find that the rate of default is drastically reduced, if not eliminated. That is exactly what happened.
But there are people, Mr. Okoye, that are saying that the microfinance institutions in Nigeria today are trying to be like banks. So here it was, banks trying to be like microfinance institutions, but on the reverse side, the microfinance institutions acting like banks. Like you go to some microfinance banks and the seats are plush. They're in big cities. They're not in the rural areas where they should be. So, how can we then be helping the poor people?
I just said that is that's a wrong business model.
Yeah.
And I said that those microfinance banks that tried it on the outset, they got their fingers burnt. Nobody needed to tell them, because microfinance banking is not in brick and mortar. If you have, Central Bank will tell you, 80% minimum of your assets must be in your loan portfolio. So once you are less than that 80%, that means you are doing something that you are not supposed to be doing. And much sooner than later, it will show. So you find out that, yes, the commercial banks try to set up microfinance banks because of the consolidation And then the removal of the public sector funds from banking, suddenly there was a need for deposits. Interest rates shot through the roof. And so they found out, oh, the informal sector is there. We see these microfinance banks that have been doing good, so let's go there and open. And most of them just went there on that basis without really understanding the turf, without understanding the principles and what it entails. And that's why quickly, most of them are sold out, either sold to other reoperators or started to fold their microfinance banking operations.
What's the real problem facing the borrower for microcredit? Is it access to funds, or is it interest rate?